In the late hours of night, as Krishna lay in bed, his mind receded into the past. He thought of the moment of his birth, the comfort of his mother's skin, the first taste of milk. Hazy impressions swirled in his awareness, blur, yet powerfully binding. A figure lay next to him in a pink salwar kameez. A wooden chair rested in the room, and flowers were all around. On a mildly hot morning, he saw himself sitting on a jute charpoy in a mud-walled house. A child still, he suckled on a sugar cane from the village fields. A tall, broad-shouldered man dressed in a white dhoti was looking at him with a big smile. He walked through a vast valley as a young boy on the way back from school. A narrow winding dirt road, unkempt shrubs, a sunflower, and low-lying mountains. He remembered flights of his young, fanciful mind. Battlefield with hundreds of soldiers clad in black armor. Swords were drawn out and a raging fight ensued. He beat the enemies, all alone. Victory. Evening walks with his parents through narrow mountain roads while strangers milled around. His father waving occasionally to an acquaintance, the sight of arriving at a blue lake. The skating rink that he admired from far but feared to venture in. Him swinging forth in joy, holding both his parents' hands. The drunk beggar who made menace at the roadside often, threatening on the outside, crumbling inside. Fearful dreams, him falling from a height at a fast speed, the approaching ground. Fever and hallucinations, hundreds of drums rolling behind him as he struggled to run. A colony of spiders and scorpions surrounding him in a sandpit, the painful end coming near. The dreadful feeling of night approaching, frequent comforting by parents. The reassurance of his father's breath next to his own. Trust towards his mother, suspicion towards his father's gentle yet self-absorbed manner. The annual summer trip back to the village. Him running through green fields and the narrow mud banks. Around a playfully flowing canal of water. An old lady in a house sitting in a dimly lit kitchen. Her moving the bellona, an earthen vessel with a wooden pulley and ropes. She gently extracted butter from milk through hours of slow labor. Her thin frame, wrinkled skin, and weary face showing years of toil. Yet a halo surrounded her, the unknown great saint. She embodied 1,000 worries, yet bore the serene calm of a selfless being. Her eyes twinkled at seeing Krishna, her beloved grandchild. They embraced. Krishna had entered a mild sleep as these scenes fluttered in his mind. Then he heard a roaring thunder. He turned in bed and looked towards the window pane. The sky was ablaze with streaks of lightning. Heavy rain had begun to pour. In the distance, he could see raindrops fall over the mountains. It was still dark outside. The sound of raindrops hitting the window pane entered his being. Each drop pressed against the glass with force, as if asking him a question about what it had all meant. A bird chirped in the distance, and trees drenched, seeking shelter. He shut his eyes and took it all in. For a moment, his thoughts paused. There was a void. The clock ticked on. Then the rain slowed down. Birds continued to chirp as the first rays of light appeared. The valley became a bright grey. The trees stood wet and still, like wise old men at a funeral.